Bitcoin has just broken below one of its most important support levels, and right now we're seeing a massive divergence with the stock market and the Bitcoin price, where the stock market is increasing heavily and Bitcoin is going down. So on today's update video, I need to discuss what is happening on Bitcoin right now here. I will be talking about the new monthly candle open. I will talk about the most important support which we are currently exactly trading on, the Bitcoin spot ETF, the FOMC meeting, and many great other news things that are currently happening in the market. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap that like button back above 1,000 likes, because today's update video is going to be crucial to understand what is happening in the Bitcoin price section right now. So first of all, yesterday the Federal Reserve had its meeting and they decided to leave the rates unchanged. But of course, what is even more important is what is going to be happening in the September meeting, and there's still an 87.5% chance that we are going to be seeing our first rate cut of the year, or of this entire rate cycle, happening in September 2024. So that is going to be on the next meeting, which is happening in 48 days from now on. But what is important to understand is that actually the language that Jerome Powell spoke on the meeting was actually quite dovish, and that is why the stock market was increasing. And honestly, I was expecting Bitcoin was also going to increase with the stock market, but unfortunately we saw a massive divergence, with Bitcoin of course devaluating and the stock market increasing in valuation. So this is a thing that normally doesn't really happen, but it has been happening this time around, and this is potentially showing some signs that Bitcoin is creating a massive trap right now in the market and fooling most of the traders out right now. So if we're looking at the 4-hourly time frame, we can actually see that Bitcoin broke this very important upward sloping support line, and this upward sloping support line is a level that has been providing massive amounts of support for Bitcoin many times before, and now we're breaking below this exact level right here. So should we be panicking about the Bitcoin price action right now? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. But I personally believe that as long as we're holding this middle range of this consolidation phase, there is no big reason to be panicking on Bitcoin right now. And since we have created a massive divergence on that chart against the stock market, I believe that there could be a very big scenario where Bitcoin is just creating a massive fake out. So I'm going to be closely monitoring this level, because I do believe that if Bitcoin really breaks below that $63,000 level, which is that middle range of support right here, if we break below this level, I believe that we're going to be quite screwed. But as long as we're not breaking below this exact level, there's going to be no reason, but absolutely no reason, to be panicking on Bitcoin right now. And before I go further in towards the content, yesterday we saw actually a break-even day on the spot Bitcoin ETF, and with some inflows on the new ETF BTC, which is the mini ETF from Grayscale with the lowest fees of them all. So interesting to see how this is going to be playing out against BlackRock, because BlackRock has got 0.21% fees. So yeah, the fees are already quite low, but of course the new Grayscale ETF is got even lower fees. So let's see how that is going to be playing out for the market right now. And yes, if we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, we exactly got rejected from the level we talked about, which is of course that downward sloping resist line from the top side. Every single time once we did touch this level, we got a massive rejection, and I'm still going to be standing with my points, and that is that I do believe that ultimately Bitcoin is going to be bouncing back towards this level and break above it. And I do know many people are right now afraid that Bitcoin is indeed going to be breaking down again here, but we're still creating a very strong upward sloping trend structure, and so we have still confirmed a higher high on the chart. So I don't really believe that there's a big reason to be panicking about Bitcoin right now here, while we in fact are still trading above this most important green box of support. It's just stupid to be flipping bearish on the exact support level on the lower side. And while we indeed are creating this massive divergence, this very well could be a massive trap for Bitcoin. And if we're looking at the last 4 FOMC meetings, 3 out of the 4 of them actually has marked the bottom, and the bottom was not straight away on the FOMC meeting itself. Usually it was like 1 or 2 days later, just like you can see over here in February. 2 days later it marked the bottom, Bitcoin went higher. Then over here as well in May, 1 day later we marked the bottom and we had a big reversal back towards the upside. So yes, I do want to be pointing out that FOMC meetings, they usually tend to be performing and indicating the bottom. Maybe it's going to be different this time around here, but I do want to be pointing out the importance of this. And even more important, right now Mt. Gox has only got $2.1 billion worth of Bitcoin left, which is an approximately 32,000 Bitcoin. So this is massive news. The original amount was 140,000, and now they only have 32,000 Bitcoin left. So guys, once Mt. Gox is out of their Bitcoins, there is no reason to be panicking about Bitcoin anymore. Nothing is going to be holding us back, and Bitcoin is most likely going to be cruising towards new all-time highs. So yes, all these things where people were extremely worried about are right now coming towards an end. And I'm still going to be holding my trade open on Bitcoin. I mean, yes, first I was $400,000 in profit. Now it's $260,000. I don't care because I have set my take profits around $72,000. I'm going to be waiting for my take profit to be hitting. I'm just going to be extremely patient. I'm going to be waiting to see how my trade is going to be playing out. But I do think that ultimately I'm going to be hitting my target. Guys, if you are interested in trading, make sure to go to the link description of today's video. If you press on the highest link right here, you will come to this page here, which is this sign up page on Bybit. And if you go right now, sign up an account using this page on Bybit, you will be able to claim a free $500 airdrop position. So if you're interested in trading, if you're interested in claiming a free $500 airdrop trade, don't forget to go to the link description of today's video to sign up an account right now. Guys, if you're just looking at all the most important levels, we are, of course, about to be having a bullish crossover on the MACD here. I mean, so far, it is not happening, but it looks to be that this bullish crossover is happening any moment right now here. And whenever we also do break that downtrend at that point, I believe that we're going to be seeing that next uptick in momentum. So far, the bullish crossover has not happened yet here, but I do believe this is about to be happening right now for Bitcoin. And of course, I will be putting close attention towards this downward sloping resistance line because clearly you can see Bitcoin is creating in a massive bull flag pattern, which I discussed many times before here. And every single time once we do test that top side, we get rejected. But the moment we do break above the top side of resistance, that is the point where we're going to be seeing that absolutely follow through towards the upside and that massive breakout will be getting started. So also the monthly time frame, guys, we just closed a new monthly candle on Bitcoin. We closed this candle with a big wick on the lower side, which is of course quite bullish if you had asked me. And yes, this is already not the fifth, but the sixth consolidation candle for Bitcoin above $60,000 and above the previous all-time high of that previous cycle. So Bitcoin is still massively consolidating on the monthly time frame. This compression is getting myself extremely bullish, just like we had in the previous cycle. We saw compression around that all-time high stage of the previous high in the market, which was of course over here. And then we had that big move towards the upside. And I do believe that ultimately the exact same is happening again for Bitcoin. So I am super bullish right now here. I don't believe there's a big reason to be bearish. I mean, we've seen an ever so slight correction towards the downside. But guys, you have to understand that currently we're seeing a massive divergence against the stock market. And usually once that happens, it could also very well mean that Bitcoin can recover back towards the upside very quickly again here. And that is what I'm currently expecting. I think that Bitcoin is creating a massive trap, fooling most of the traders out there right now here. And ultimately, we're going to be bouncing back towards the top side region. And once we do break above the downtrend here on the top side, that is the point where we're going to be going exponential. Guys, Mt. Gox is running out of Bitcoin. FOD is almost over. So this is the time to be paying attention. I'm going to be enjoying my view behind me. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. If there's going to be anything important happening in the market, I will be the first one to notify you guys here on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe right now and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.